Hello students, today we will discuss about the this keyword, that is the next topic of your chapter number 4 of constructors. Now what do you mean by this? It is a keyword in Java which is used as a reference to the object of the current class. Means we can say this is a reference variable to the current object of the class. It is within an instance method or a constructor. Means this keyword is used basically only within the instance methods or the constructors of the class. Using this, we can refer the members of a class such as constructors, variables and methods. As I've told you that this is a reference variable to the current object. So this keyword is used to refer to the members of the class like the constructors, the variables and the methods. Now, in how many ways we can use it? There are two usages of this keyword. The first one is to differentiate the instance variables from the local variables if they have the same names within a constructor or a method. Means what are the local variables? Let us recall about it. What are the local variables? The variables that are declared inside the method definition. And what are the instance variables? Which are the part of the class and they are declared inside the class definition only. Means if the name of the instance variable and the local variable is same, then we can use this keyword to differentiate between these variables. Let us understand this with the help of one example here. Here is the class student and there is one instance variable of integer type, that is age, because age is defined inside the class, so it is the instance variable. Now there is one constructor student. As I've told you, student is the special constructor is the special member function which has the same name as that of the class name. So student is the constructor and it is the parameterized constructor where age is the formal parameter here. Fine. And it is also known as the local variable because this age is the part of the constructor student. It is not the part of the class student. So here age here is the local variable. Now we can see that int age, which is the instance variable, and here int age is the local variable for the constructor student. They both are same, no case differences are there. A, G, E all are in small letters. Here also A, G, E is on small letters. Means how can we differentiate between the the instance variable or the local variable? So here we can use this keyword in the constructor definition. This dot age is equal to age. What does it mean is that on the left hand we cannot write like this na, age is equal to age. This cannot be done because there is a naming conflict. So to resolve this naming conflict we are using here this keyword in this way. Fine. So this dot age, here age is the local variable, sorry, here this dot age is the instance variable and this right side age is the local variable, and when the value will be passed to this local variable, this will be assigned to this dot age, which is the instance variable, that is the part of the class. So to avoid the naming conflicts we use this keyword. Fine. Next one is the second usage of this keyword is to call one type of constructor from other type of constructor, and this procedure is known as explicit constructor invocation. Fine. Now class student, again student is the class name, age is the instance variable. Here student is the non-parameterized constructor because it is not having any formal parameters inside it. Definition of the constructor starts here. This brackets start 20 and bracket close is the call that is made to the constructor with parameter, one type of parameter of integer type, which is this. Means here the non-parameterized constructor student is making a call to the parameterized constructor using this keyword with the whole statement like this, where here we need not to write the name of the constructor. Means it will directly match, as there is only one parameter here and here is only one parameter, so it will match with the parameterized constructor definition. Now the value 20 will be copied to age. We will see how the work will proceed. See, public static void main, the execution of the program will start from the main method. Here we have created an object S1 of the class student, that is new student. When this statement will be encountered, the control will be transferred to the non-parameterized constructor because it is not having any of the actual parameters. The control will be transferred to this non-parameterized constructor. The constructor's definition will run. First statement is this 20, means this non-parameterized constructor is making a call to this parameterized constructor with the help of this statement, this 20. Now this 20 will be copied to the value age here. Fine. Now this is a calling statement. Here the value is copied. Now the execution of this will take place, this constructor will take place. This dot age, here age is the instance variable and this age is the local variable. This now 20 was assigned, was copied from here to this age. Now the instance variable will be assigned the value of 20 here. Fine. After the execution of now is the ending braces of this parameterized constructor, the control will back to this position of this 20. Now the next statement was closing of the curly braces. The control means the execution has stopped of this non-parameterized constructor. The control will transfer to this definition of system.out.println s1.age. Why we have used s1 the object name here? Because main method is a static context, and when we call a non-static variable or a method from the static context, that is the static method, we need to call it with the help of the object name. Therefore I have to use s1.age along with the instance variable age. Now the output of this execution will be 20. Fine, it will give you 20 as the output. Next topic is of your creating the temporary instance inside the constructor definition. This is somewhat like same. Here see s1 dot age, this object was created. We have given a name to this object s1, and if we do not use this kind of statement before making the call, it can be also written as this type, new student 30 dot age means omitting this side, this left hand side, it will be left with only new student like this. Is this clear? So I have not created the object, any other object, only I am using directly the right hand side of the statement this. So new student 30 dot age, as S1 is the reference as the object to this student class. Similarly, I can replace this statement with only the right hand side of the statement. So I have done this with some other example by making a call to a parameterized constructor. Means this is the other way with which I can make the instance or object of the class, and this instance is known as the temporary instance of the class. So new student dot new student and 30 dot age mean is a parameterized constructor here. So it will make a call to, by matching the parameters, it will go directly to this definition of parameterized constructor. Here age will be assigned the value 30, and then after returning age was assigned the value 30, and we are printing the value of age here dot age, and now here 30 will be printed. So after execution, the output of the whole program will be 20. In the next line it will be 30. Only the temporary instance means here we need not to write this statement for creating the object. Directly we can use only right hand side of the object creation method, and we can directly use here. Next one is the constructor overloading method. Constructor overloading, as we have method overloading, similarly we have the constructor overloading. Constructor overloading, we know constructor is having the same name as that of the class, means all the constructors will be having the same name and they may have different parameters, 0 or 2 or 1 or 3. So when a class has number of constructors with the number and type of the formal parameters are different, it is known as the constructor overloading. Here example of constructor overloading is student class, age is the instance variable here, student is the non-parameterized constructor, and next is the parameterized constructor with single parameter. Means student here, this one and this one are both are the functions, but they have same name, so it is the constructor overloading and different number of parameters. Fine. Making a call public static void main s1 is equal to new student. So new student will make a call to this one, this non parameterized constructor, this 20. So this constructor will make a call to the this statement will make a call to this constructor. Age will be given the value 20, and it will be this instance variable will be assigned the value 20. Now the output of this statement will be 20, as s1 was used to make a call to this non-parameterized constructor. This non-parameterized constructor in turn has made a call to the parameterized constructor and was assigned the value 20. So here the output will be 20. Okay. Now we have created the second object s2, which is making a call to a parameterized constructor. How can we say it is a parameterized constructor? Because we are passing the actual parameter value to it. So it will directly transfer the control to this one by matching the arguments. 30 will be assigned to age here, this dot age. Now the instance variables value will be 30 here. When the control will come back, system dot out dot println s2 dot age. Mind it, here we have used s2 because s2 was used to make the call to the parameterized constructor. So it will give you the output as 30 now. Okay. means S1 is referring to the variable age and it is having the value 20, and S2 is referring to the variable age and it is having the value 30. This is the constructor overloading, and this was all about your chapter number 4, that is constructor overloading. Thank you.